Good morning, good evening, afternoon, wherever you may be in this world. What's going on? Vega here for SerpentX Tech. Finally got my tried and true NOS with me. I definitely need some energy. I am exhausted this week. It's been a long week. You don't care about that. You don't care about that. Well, we got some crypto news to go over today, and some various elements. The market is okay, I guess. I mean, we took a pretty big hit there, and we're down comparatively to where we were before, but obviously that's everything. There are some few like dark greens, right? We got Solana, we got Doge, we got Litecoin, we got Matic, we got Shiba Inu, we got Tezos, we got Filecoin. So there is some. We got Chainlink. There is some coins that personally I like, Sand, Zilliqa, that are up compared to the rest of the market. But Bitcoin being around 19,000, it's getting pretty scary how far it's dropping down. But I'm still set for what I said previously weeks ago, and that is something big is going to happen. I know this is like kind of a vague statement. Something big is going to happen towards the end of October, maybe end, somewhere in there, right? So after we get past the middle of October, let's say October 15th, we either going to drop further before then, or by the end of October, we're going to go and start making another run up. But it really depends. I mean, the market, period, crypto or not, traditional or not, is just getting wrecked, man. Everybody's broke. The rich are broke. The poor are broker. The middle class, what the hell is that? So we're having a hard time. But we will get through it, and things will be okay. Mining profitability right now. But moving on to some news. Ethereum drops 15% since major Ethereum network upgrade, as traders take profits and fret over rate hikes. We're talking about the Fed's aggressive stance and hawkish stance, whatever the hell you want to call it. The Ethereum merge was a good thing, but of course, there's a lot of people that are more about getting their money, right? The issuance of Ethereum has dropped dramatically compared to from proof of work to proof of stake, which is, I guess, a good thing, deflationary. There's still a couple concerns that I have regarding Ethereum, but it seems that they'll be working on that in due time. So it was, as we call it during the Ethereum meeting, a kind of sell the news, right? Buy the rumor, sell the news. So, of course, Ethereum has been taking a hit, compared to where it was previously. It'd be nice if Ethereum got back up to like 4K. It'd be really nice, That'd be awesome. But yeah, compared to almost 5K back in November of 2021, we are much lower. Is this a perfect opportunity to buy cryptocurrencies? It's a couple opportunities out there, but it just depends. You may not have the money, but you might have the capital and the people willing to invest and buy up various cryptocurrencies. But it is a good opportunity to dollar cost average and continue to pick up more and more cryptocurrencies as everything is faltering, as everything is kind of, when everybody's fearful, that's when you should be greedy. And when everybody's greedy, that's where you should be fearful. Not financial advice. But it comes back to, do I get gas? Do I get milk? Do I get food? Or do I get crypto? I'm going to choose food and resources over crypto, unfortunately. But if you got some little extra cash, you could dollar cost average, $10 here, $20 there. I would definitely say, diversify. It doesn't just have to be, as a miner, it doesn't just have to be mining. And it's always been like that for me. I always diversified my portfolio. There's various ways to make money from the crypto you mine. Even if it was crypto you mined a couple years ago and it's down comparatively to what it is today. But yeah, the merge happened. There are some great things about the merge, but it was definitely a buy the rumor, sell the news type event. And yeah, investors have taken profit as the merge was likely priced in. Meanwhile, concerns about further interest rate hikes from the U.S. Federal Reserve, or the Fed, has hit risk assets across the board. Nobody is safe. So is Bitcoin safe? The answer to that question from me, opinionated, is yes. But as long as the entire world is feeling the effects of this economic downturn, Bitcoin is going to waver. But my conviction, that's really what you got to ask yourself: do you have convictions in the cryptocurrency projects that you're in? It's strong with Bitcoin. It's strong with Ethereum. It's strong with a number of other cryptocurrencies that I hold in my portfolio. But many others will be like, oh great, and especially what's funny is we got different people, JP Morgan, what's the gold bug, Peter Schiff, they'll just keep downing Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but on the side or in the low behind the scenes, they're gobbling it up, which I just think is freaking hilarious. But anyways, that's nothing new. We've been knowing that for a while. Ethereum merge vastly increased Stakefish profile by 25% of its employees, but 25% of its employees are gone. I didn't look too deep into this particular situation, but it says here layoffs at Stakefish took effect on the same day as the Ethereum merge, just as they were set to play a key role in securing the revamped blockchain. But 25% of its workforce, according to the people familiar with the matter, was either laid off or resigned, including 2 senior departments, head of strategy and operations, Jun Song Kim, and head of protocols, Daniel Huang. CoinDesk spoke to 4 current and former employees for the story, of all whom took issue and how the layoffs were handled, right? We've been getting a lot of that lately, whether it was in the crypto market or not. It's been a lot of layoffs. A lot of people, probably companies overhired, not sure. But one of the employees that was asked not to, reveal their identity, said that right when Stakefish was set to rake in big returns for securing Ethereum's new miner-free network, 8 employees were laid off and 3 more resigned from the company. So we'll see how that goes. I'm sure there's more pain to be felt with that. I'm sure there's going to be other companies that, like, what about Ethermine? What about some of the pools? Right? I got a video coming out regarding Ethermine, staking and stuff like that. Eventually, I haven't recorded it yet. It's a video I do want to do. It's a video that I still feel would be relevant, even if I do not release it for weeks to come. But much of those Ethereum entities, right, because they focus on Ethereum, I'm pretty sure, they don't need the full staff. It's kind of like a mining operation, right? When you're trying to build a mid-scale to large-scale operation, you might need all hands on deck to configure, set up, run your network, set up your nodes, install all your ASICs, your miners, whatever. But then once everything's kind of really set up, you only need a handful of people to, maintain, clean, verify, secure the facility. So you don't need as many people. So once the mining operation is fully integrated, 95% of all the equipment is installed, running, hashing away, everything's secure, everything's connected. You don't need all those people. So you just need the big bulk or surge of employees to help you set up. And then as you get towards the finalization of the setup, you lay off. So it's like a contract, a temporary gig. And it's kind of like the same thing with Ethereum. Much of the Ethereum ecosystem, I have a feeling people don't need all of that staff. And so they're going to let them go. But I hope that they stay in the crypto industry. Go find another project to work for and develop for and stuff like that. EVGA getting out of the partnership with Nvidia because of the way they handle things. And I'm sure Stakefish has soured some people's opinions of them with this type of move, even if it isn't as big as some of the bigger corporations and companies out there. Let's see here. Ethereum miners, 319 million crypto hoard hangs over the market after the merge. Miners dump 16,000 worth of ETH which has a USD value worth about 20 million. In the past week on chain, that data has showed the Ethereum miners still have about 245,000 ETH left and no longer any business affiliation with the blockchain network. I have a feeling that a good portion of that Ethereum, though, is the pools themselves, right? You know, F2 pool, Ethermine, and some of the top pools that we all hive on, whatever. And I'm pretty sure they're turning, and nothing against Hive because I worked with Hive before. So when I mention a name, I don't want you to take it as a disrespect, as a slight. But I'm pretty sure, you know, you earned all of this Ethereum from miners mining on your network, right? You earned a lot of Ethereum with the fees, right? Especially if you were charging the miner to pay them. So you got all this Ethereum. What are you going to do with it? Well, you would start your staking operation, right? You only need 32 ETH to become a validator. You know, the more nodes, validators you have, the more ETH you make. So I can see most of that being held, but 16,000 or 20 million dumped in the past week, that's understandable. People need to cover their costs. People need to cover their costs. Let's look at the volume real quick. Let's just say here, if I can see it. So 21, yeah. 20 billion, 21 billion, 22 billion, 22 billion, 22 billion. Today it's only been 10 billion. So yeah, I mean, gotta cover your costs, gotta pay out, cover your rent, your lease, your electric, gotta pay your wife's divorce fees, whatever. So you're gonna cash out some of your Ethereum. Now, a week after the merge, crypto analysts are warning that miners' sales of their hoards could become a source of near-term downward pressure as cryptocurrency price, with the market already sinking about 19% in the past month. Miners dumping their ETH is an overhang that we'll have to get through over the coming months in order to resume up-only mode. But it will happen, Lucas Campbell, editor of Blankless newsletter, wrote. I'm pretty sure that some of them are going to be hanging on to much of that for the next bull run, and then, you know, they're going to start really taking profits. But we'll have to see. Blockchain data assembled by OKLink appears to show miners starting to sell their own stashes over the past week. Ethereum miners dumped over 16,000, which we talked about, from September 12th to September 19th. We already know what the value is, but there's still 245,000 left of ETH, about $319 million worth of the asset. Maybe some miners would turn into speculators and hold on to for a better price, which I do believe they would do. Obviously, they need to cover overhead and costs now, so they would dump some now, but take profits, not dump. They're taking profits. You can't blame them for taking profits. You should be taking profits every now and then too. But maybe some would turn to stakers and secure the new network, but that mining business is over. The new network relies on stakers, investors who will help secure the blockchain by staking their Ether instead of energy-intensive proof of work mining that Ethereum previously used. I do see that being a possibility, as we see, again, Ethermine is now allowing users to stake. Now, here's something that's very interesting to me, and I'm going to be a little bit more interactive now from this point on. Thank you for all my viewers that stuck with us for so long already. At Mainnet, a conference in New York, I believe, Ethereum's Vitalik is very hopeful that Dogecoin will move to proof of stake, or is very hopeful Dogecoin moves to proof of stake. Is that even a thought? Are they really thinking about that in my live chat? Are they really thinking it? So the Missouri Mainnet conference is the one in New York. And Vitalik says here, as proof of stake matures, I expect it to just increase its legitimacy more and more over the time. I hope that Zcash moves over. I'm also very hopeful that Dogecoin is going to evolve over to proof of stake at some point soon. And that's kind of concerning because right now, if we go look at miningpoolstats.stream, Dogecoin is number 2 in proof of work. All right. On top of that, Script is a very popular hashing algorithm, right? Litecoin, Dogecoin, and a few others. Digibyte. So was there any conversation whatsoever that Dogecoin was going to move over to proof of stake? Has that been a thing, or is Vitalik just hoping that they do to help reduce the energy intensive work that proof of work, I guess, brings to the world, so to speak, even though much of it is actually being done sustainably and with greener resources. But whatever, use that as your crutch all you want. I hope no. And Zcash, go ahead, go proof of stake. You done left us already. You've been dating two other new people since you left us, so I really could care less. But Dogecoin, I don't know, man. I don't know. You should be proud of yourself for the rest of your life. Okay, I don't know what this is going on, but that's very interesting to me. So I'm interested to think. Let's actually do a quick poll here in the live chat. Do you think Dogecoin should go? And I know a lot of my viewers are miners, but I have quite a few that are not miners. So we're gonna go ahead and post this. I'm gonna do a poll here on the live chat, but then I'm also gonna jump over to Twitter, and we're gonna do another poll as well. Let's see here. We're going to make it last for 2 days, just for the weekend. I'm going to include a link to this article. Vitalik. Because I'm very curious if that was even a conversation. Because I know, like, Elon Musk was saying a bunch of stuff out of his rear end without even talking to the Doge coin devs and stuff like that. So I'm very curious as to, you know, is there a conversation happening in the background, or is there a public announcement that I miss? You know, like, I'm not 100% sure. It's hard to keep up with every single thing that this world is doing. What else we got? All right, this is pretty cool. Ethereum coin mixer Tornado Cash. While we're waiting for some votes, Ethereum coin mixer Tornado Cash is back on GitHub. It's only in read only right now, but it's better than an outright ban. That's for damn sure. You shouldn't punish the code. You know, punish the bad actors that utilize the code in nefarious ways, but don't punish the code, and don't punish the dev that creates the code. But it's good to see that Tornado Cash is back on GitHub. That's one step. I mean, it's not like it's because it's read only. It's not like you could go crazy with it, but it's a good step in the right direction. Hopefully the people in OFAC and leadership and regulatory places, you know, make good decisions. So Ethereum core developer Preston Van Loon was among several vocal members of the crypto community to call out GitHub to unban Tornado Cash's code repository. And obviously a number of people thought the same. Code is speech, and free speech is a constitutional right worth protecting. In an email statement, the GitHub spokesperson told Decrypt, GitHub's vision is to be the global platform for developer collaboration. We examine government sanctions thoroughly to be certain that users and customers are not impacted beyond what is required by law, and advocate to protect collaboration on open source code worldwide. We welcome recent government clarification, there's the key word, clarity, regarding publicly available source code and sanctioned entities, and have restored certain public repositories. The Treasury Department last month said it blacklisted Tornado Cash because criminals, like the team over at Lazarus from North Korea, were using it to launder money. According to the feds, over $7 billion worth of dirty digital cash passed through the app since its creation in 2019. But this number has been disputed. Blockchain data company Elliptic, said in a report that as of that of the 7.6 billion that passed through the app, only 1.5 billion was from illegal activity. That's pretty a big jump, right? You're using a blanket term once again to push your agenda, to push your story. 1.5 billion out of 7.6 billion is a lot. Let's do some quick math on that. That's only 20%. Only 20% of that money was illegal. So you punished a great majority of the world because of some bad apples. And I understand, it's really hard to possibly track, once it goes, once the funds enter Tornado Cash, you can't see where the funds go, and then who's it being sent to afterwards. Is it funding terrorism? Is it funding this? Is it funding that? They like to use the word terrorism a lot. And that's the reason why we can't tell if Russia's evading sanctions, and we can't tell if it's going to Al Qaeda, or we can't tell if it. So we got to stop it, because if we can't tell, we can't control it, and we don't know, we need to stop it. That's a load of shit. But the anonymous troll even went as far as to send celebrities Ethereum from Tornado Cash wallet soon after the blacklisting. The government later said it would not prioritize enforcement against those who receive unsolicited and nominal amounts of the tainted crypto. And that was, basically a stupid move by the troll to do that. Basically trying to get people's wallets banned because, they touched the illicit crypto and stuff like that. But anyways, Tornado Cash, read only on GitHub, but it's a step in the right direction. I have not put any of these articles in the live chat, in the description. Let me go ahead and do some of that right now. Let's just gather it all together. But what do you think? Let me go look at what do we got here. So 80% says no. I don't know how many people voted in the live chat as far as Dogecoin going to proof of stake. I mean, how many of you guys actually have a script miner? Like, what is it? The gold shell boxes, the Voscoin branded gold shell boxes, the various other script miners that are out there. Like, I want a script miner. I'm working on getting one right now. Matter of fact, if you guys have time, you don't have to, but if you have time, feel free to tweet at BT Miners and tell them to send EVGA the script miner. That'd be great. I asked them, but I am waiting on an answer. And obviously, there's got to be like certain steps in place. ASICs are not cheap. The market's downturn. So, people are going to be reluctant to provide hardware, even if it is a sponsor spot. But we'll see. Moving on, now that some of the articles are in there, the Pentagon is basically, what was it? The Pentagon is launching an investigation into cryptocurrencies and whether or not they're threats to national security. That's what it was. Of course, Washington Post wants to lock it down to where I can't see anything. You guys probably have a subscription. I don't care. And that's a big concern, right? The Pentagon, hopefully, is going to be smart about this. Listen to analysts and to various personnel within the space regarding cryptocurrencies. Is it a threat to national security? Maybe some are, depending on how they're utilized, but I wouldn't think Bitcoin, Ethereum, and much of the cryptocurrency ecosystem would be a threat, or were developed intending to be a threat. Maybe a replacement to the traditional banking system and banking the unbanked, and decentralized and cross-border payments and all that stuff. That's, to me, it should be a positive. So why can't we have our banking system and our institutions work in parallel with the blockchain technologies and cryptocurrencies? Who's to say? But once again, it all comes down to control. If I can't control it, I'm going to ban it. If I can't manipulate it, I'm going to get rid of it. We need to make sure to stay in the conversation and communicate with our local leaders so they understand what the f*** is going on. So, more craziness. Brazil federal police launch Operations Colossus. 6 cryptocurrency exchanges involved. Operation Colossus. Let's find out some more about this. So, Brazilian federal police and Brazilian tax authority have launched the final stage of Operation Colossus, a movement that has executed hundreds of court orders against the cryptocurrency exchanges, arbitrage agents, and fake companies in 4 states of the country. 158 government officers, including 130 federal policemen, were involved in this operation, affecting search and seizure orders for 6 cryptocurrency exchanges and 4 forex institutions. On September 22nd, the federal police of Brazil, with the help of the Brazilian tax authority, launched the final stage, blah, 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 yada, yada. The organization executed more than 100 court orders directed at 6 cryptocurrency exchanges, 4 forex operators. We already know about that, blah, blah, blah. It's estimated that 130 federal participated, blah, 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 yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool, whatever. The criminals alleged used cryptocurrency assets to launder money via a remittance system. According to the press release issued by the federal police, close to 391 million were moved during a suspicious exchange operation. It's very interesting. Where is that data? Has that data been validated? Because remember what happened last time. You said 7.6 billion, and it was really 1.6. So you gotta make sure you double check there. Just because the government said it doesn't mean it's true. Let's see. Authorities believe that 3 groups were involved in a criminal endeavor. The first group was formed at a high level of arbitrage agents that purchased large quantities of cryptocurrency assets in countries like the U.S., Singapore, and Hong Kong. The second group, the cryptocurrency exchanges, which acted as middlemen. The third group is composed of fake companies and individuals that purchased the cryptocurrency assets, with many of the customers being unable to purchase cryptocurrencies. Among these were deceased people, including assistance programs, elderly people over 90 years old, and more of the 1,300 of these fake companies were managed by a single account. Very interesting. So it's like voter fraud, but crypto fraud, because you're using deceased people and older people that probably have no idea what you're talking about. But could you imagine? Can you imagine being like a 90-year-old? You're chilling there on your stoop, or you're watching your TV in your living room. Door gets busted in. It's the feds. They come in, they arrest you because of some allegations or some, so-called cryptocurrency fraudulent activity and stuff like that. And you're like, what the is crypto? I don't even know. I would hate to be that 60-year-old person. That would piss me off. Or 90-year-old person. More situations going on. We got India as well to finalize stance on the legality of cryptocurrency by Q1 2023. We do need some clarity. We do need regulation. We do need proper regulation and proper clarity. So, we got Brazil cracking down. We got the U.S., which I already closed out. We got the U.S., not the Fed, the Pentagon, reviewing if cryptocurrency is, I'm just going to call this section global, in the description, global regulation, news, Brazil cracking down. We got India. I don't know what's India doing. Let's find out. So India to finalize stance on legal, blah, blah, blah. So figuring out whether or not it's legal or not. Let's see here. First quarter of next year, in order to become financial action task force. So they got a task force. We will finalize a response in February and March 2023. Okay, the Indian government, blah, 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 yada, yada. The Revenue Department has already sent their views in Department of Economic Affairs and has now been tasked to prepare a detailed response on India's stance on the legality of cryptocurrency. Legality. Okay. In-depth countries report, analyze, implementing. Thank you for being a member of the channel, Hugo Down, for 4 months. Appreciate you, Lieutenant. One of the questions that we have to respond is the legality of cryptocurrencies since... Okay, how many times are you going to fucking say this? We're waiting, FSB report. So basically the same thing that the president ordered in the U.S. earlier this year to find out, about cryptocurrency, the impacts of cryptocurrency. Is it a risk to national security? It's the same shit, just in India. Okay, whatever. So many countries are going to start taking a stance, and if you're centralized in some of these countries or places, there could be some turbulent times ahead for you and your organization. So be careful. Be careful. Now we're going to get to what I call the speculation world. Hang on, there might not be all speculation. Let me move some news articles around here. Yada, yada, yada. Okay, cool. All right, so let's talk about this. More regulation. The bit license. Now, I'm not sure you're familiar. In New York, right, jerk-offs created a bit license forcing exchanges and companies to properly register with the city of New York and do this and the other, jump over hurdles, crawl through things, just ridiculous setup. And many of them left New York Some did go through and pay exorbitant amounts of money to get their bit license in New York, so that way they continue to be there. And then that same jerk off then switched sides and started to sell his services for navigating the license that he created, making money on both sides of the coin, unfortunately. Then the bit license was sent up by, I believe, by the Assembly or the House. And it has recently been vetoed by the California Governor Gavin Newsom. It says here, would have created a licenses regimen for anyone hoping to facilitate cryptocurrency transactions, likening to how money transmissions are currently overseen by the Money Transmission Act. It was one of the 8 bills Newsom vetoed Friday. He signed 21 other bills addressing issues ranging from crossing signals to cybersecurity to infrastructure concerns. Newsom wrote a message explaining in his veto, over the last several months, my administration has conducted extensive research and outreach to gather input on approaching the balance that balance the benefits and risks to consumers, harmonizing with federal rules, and incorporated California's values such as equity, inclusiveness, and environmental protection. It would be premature to create a licensing regimen without considering feedback from this executive order, talking about the executive order that's still being worked on by the U.S. or the federal administration. Newsom wrote, he also pointed to the possibility of future federal legislation or regulation. So regulation and legislation are coming, but we want to see how the Fed reacts, how the Fed lays out. What's the clarity, right? That's the biggest word that's been annoying me for the longest time, is we need clarity, period. A more flexible approach is needed to ensure regulatory oversight can keep up with the rapid evolving technology and use cases, and is tailored with the proper tools to address trends and mitigate consumer harm. I like that. Don't run into a room not knowing what you're getting into, right? SEAL Team 6 does that all the time, but that's because they're badasses. Don't run into a room. Don't go into a fight not knowing what you're going into. So I like the fact that he's hanging tight, like, okay, hang on, let's see what the Fed says. Then let's work on our framework and then implement it here in California. He also says, I am committed to working collaboratively with the legislature to achieve the appropriate regulatory clarity once federal regulations come into sharper focus for digital financial assets, while ensuring California remains a competitive place for companies to invest and innovate. If you stifle innovation and you scare off the companies that you would want to, because a lot of people are exiting California right now and moving to various places, states, and other cities. So if you take an aggressive stance, especially right now during the world's economic situation, you're probably not going to invite new business, new capital, new investment in your state. So taking a pause, let's see what the Fed does, and then let's build upon that. Let's try to make it more attractive to newer ventures or new personnel that might, or businesses that may want to come into the world or into our state. So we'll see how that goes. Party affiliation aside, we need clear regulation, and we need regulation that, again, I keep saying this every fucking time, it's not gonna stifle the innovation of blockchain and technologies overall. Celsius has a Hail Mary bankruptcy plan to turn its debt into a new cryptocurrency. What the guys? If you're not aware, Celsius is an exchange or application, whatever, in which you could have kept your cryptocurrencies and earn interest on certain cryptocurrencies. But they recently filed for bankruptcy, so I think about a couple $100 of my money is locked up in there, but it wasn't my main go-to. I always have my hardware wallets and my cold storage wallets. Always has a bulk of funds, and then there's some more in the safe. You always want to make sure that you're not keeping on a centralized exchange, which is what this was. And now they're thinking about turning their debt into cryptocurrency, a bunch of IOUs. Would that be similar to like the ETH IOUs? The company wants to issue IOU cryptocurrency to customers that signed up for some of its accounts. Um, 500,000 Celsius customers with funds locked in the platform. That's a lot of funds. Plan to deposit assets in Celsius Earn account, for which Celsius has promised yields at 17%. When the yields are too high, yeah, don't listen to it. The reimbursement isn't the only plan Celsius has, and it works as portion of the record recording shared exclusively with CNBC, which is designed to track the company's blockchain assets. That would include assets, the price at which they were purchased, and how much they were worth when they were sold. Celsius said it would manage billions of them. Whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I think it's stupid, personally. But I know nothing of this world that we're in. So Celsius, Hail Mary, to turn its debt into a new cryptocurrency. Speaking of cryptocurrencies, are there too many cryptocurrencies? I mean, what? We're over 21,000, right? Hang on, let me check my hair. I know I messed up my hair with my gray, my salt and pepper going on. Salt and pepper. Yeah, we're over 21,000 cryptocurrencies. Why? Why do we need these many? Why? They all do the same thing. Most of them do, not all of them. So are there too many cryptocurrencies? That's a question, guys. Come on. Somebody answer. Raise your hand. Something. Cryptocurrency industry has grown to a staggering pace. There's now over 21,000 different coins in existence across a variety of subsectors, from the metaverse to the decentralized finance. Investors are spoiled for choice. This is the speculation corner, by the way. Speculation only. Let's see what this thing says. Cryptocurrencies to watch the week of September 19th. Chiliz, Cosmos, Ripple, Compound, Litecoin. Okay. Cool, I guess. Let's see how they did. Let's go look at Ripple. Where's Ripple? Ripple, I thought you were up here towards the top. What happened, Ripple? Where you at? There you are. Okay. All right, so for the past 7 days, they sent this out on the 19th. Sure enough, it is up. Okay, that's one. Let's see what they got. They got Chiliz and Cosmos. Go check out Chiliz. Chiliz. Past 7 days. Yeah. The 19th. It is up. Let's go to Cosmos. Sounds like my son's making some coffee. Cosmos. Which I like Adam, by the way. Not financial advice. I just like Adam. It's down. Okay, so that one didn't pan out the way you wanted to, huh? What else we got? Compound and Litecoin. Compound and Litecoin. Compound is up since the 19th. Okay. And Litecoin. Spell it correctly, Chris. That might work. And yeah. All right. I mean, since the 19th, it's up, but compared to the beginning of the week now. All right. Moving on down speculation corner. Most sustainable cryptocurrencies to buy in 2022. Polygon, Avalanche, Algorand, Ripple, Tron, Stellar, Cardano. That is the cryptocurrency that they say is the most sustainable cryptocurrencies to buy in 2022. I mean, Polygon Matic, promising. Avalanche, got to get their shit together. Algorand, promising as well. I like it. Got some concerns. Ripple, a lot of people like it. I don't. Sorry. Tron, don't care for it. Stellar, I like. Cardano, I do like. What is the next cryptocurrency to explode in 2022? Top 9 contenders. Toma Doge. Oh my god. The hell is Toma Doge? Is it even on here? No, it's not. Then where are you taking me? Toma Doge. Toma. How do I use this exchange? I don't know how to use this exchange. There it is. All right. Is there no Toma? Okay, what's the ticker symbol? TAMA. All right. Anyways, not messing with that. Battle Infinity. The hell is that? Lucky Block. Now, I heard of Lucky Block, but I don't know if I like it. Like, I think there was a few people in the live chat that were just freaking blowing us up talking about. So, of course, there is a V1 and a V2. I hate it when they do that. I hate it when they do that. Polkadot, okay. Chainlink, ApeCoin, Decentraland, Bitconomy, so Bitco, Bico. Hey, it's Tim Bico. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? What are you? It's a multi-chain relayer protocol that aims to improve the user onboarding and transactional experience in decentralized application, or dApps. The project's declared goal is to make Web3 products intuitive and easy to use as Web2 products. Bitconomy offers an infrastructure to solve several Web3 bottlenecks. Protocol can onboard users without paying gas fees. Users can pay gas and ERC20 tokens of their choice. Users avoid, I like that actually. Users avoid blockchain complexities like the change of a network. Transactions are confirmed much faster. So pretty much what everybody else is saying. Okay, cool. In short, Bitconomy focuses on transaction management and gas optimization and can reduce gas costs by 40%. To achieve that, the protocol utilizes meta transactions, allowing users to submit their transaction with zero gas and having a third party pay for the transaction fees for the user by providing a non-custodial, gas-efficient relayer infrastructure network. Bitconomy is able to do this at scale. And then Chili's. Out of this list, that's it right there. That's my speculation corner. All right, looking at the market. Let's see what's going on. Bitcoin at 9,000. 9,000. If it was at 9,000, I'm buying as much as I can. $19,063. Ethereum at 13. Ooh, look at Leap, boy. Big Ethereum's at leaked. You guys know what lead is, right? 1337. Okay. Ethereum is leaked right now. That's it. Taking a picture, putting it on Twitter. We're doing it. Sorry, I got a little bit loud for all my headphone users out there. My bad. My bad. My bad. Ethereum. The real Ethereum. Well, technically, that's not even the real Ethereum, is it? It's Ethereum Classic's the real Ethereum. Who's the real Ethereum? Why do people keep spelling cryptocurrency incorrectly? And it's like the top one. Is leaked. Need some emojis. Need some emojis. There we go. All right, done. Moving back. Tether's at $1. Oh wow, that's so awesome. USD, all those stable coins. BNB $279. Now BNB, I like Binance Smart Chain. I really do like Binance Smart Chain. I really wish I had more BNB. You can use Unminable to get BNB. Matter of fact, I didn't even realize it and didn't pay attention to it, but I actually had 1.5 BNB on Unminable and I didn't cash it out. Like an idiot. Thank you, Gandalf Gray. Appreciate it. I'm glad you got a little extra time to stop by. Cardano project, pretty good. It's around 46 cents. Solana, 33. Dogecoin, 6 cents still. Polkadot, $6.42. Polygon at 76 cents. Shiba Inu at 1186 Satoshis. I don't even, how do you even say that? How do you say this? How to say... Like, what is that? How do you even... I don't even know. 0.00001186. There you go. Tron, 6 cents. Avalanche, 17. Uniswap $5.85. Cosmos $13.94. Ethereum Classic 28.68. It just dropped. Litecoin 5.4. Looks like we're actually trying to go up a little bit. And then all the other tokens are all the other tokens. There you go. That's it. Welcome. Looking at the charts 24/7 and watching it is tedious, tiring, and exhausting. I got better things to do. As a matter of fact, going back to the regulation corner, or the corner where people like to control everything, like government, there's something going on that I'm not going to divulge too much about. We got 15 minutes, so if you have any questions, please at me or super chat or whatever. But let's just say, actually, you know what? Screw it. Let's do it. Let's do it. So, there's stuff going on in various places in the world, so to speak. I'm going to just let you look at my screen. I'm not going to speak. And, yeah. 22-year-old female was killed, murdered, unfortunately. And I know those two words probably going to get this video banned by, this group. And their people are very upset with them. I'm going to zoom in and let you read it. And that was kind of pissed me off, actually. But let's just say it's been a long week. It's been a long week. I wish my Iranian brothers and sisters out there be safe, be careful. The world and people are with you, even though our governments are not. I'm sorry. So yeah, that's something that's been occupying a little bit of my time. Moving on to more positive news. Block time is 12 seconds for Ethereum. That's like 1 second better, maybe like 2 seconds better than what it was in proof of work. So block time is pretty much the same. The median average fee is 31 cents on Ethereum. Looks like Bitcoin is backed up too. Wow. But not as backed up as Ethereum. Look at that. Still going, and I bet you I'm going to go to the bottom. That's it. It keeps going. It just keeps going. So, got to up your gas, guys. Got to up your gas. Look at the flow of all the people. Holy crap. It's a big group. Oh. Aw, you're all by yourself on the bus? Oh, there you go. You got some friends. Cool beans. So, all right, you guys don't have any questions. You guys are just sitting there staring at me like deer in the headlights. I do expect things to get better eventually when nobody has a crystal ball. All I could say is something's going to happen middle to end of October. I know that's anonymous. I know that's kind of vague. I don't know if we're going to go down. I don't know if we're going to go up. It really depends on the Fed. It depends on the CPI report. It depends on employment or unemployment. Any other world news that's negative, whether it's what's happening, across seas or what's happening here. There just seems to be, like, right now we're on shaky ground, and any negative Nancy's or any negative news just seems to just drop the market. And then, of course, it drops the traditional market, so then people need to balance their books, so they start taking from the crypto market or vice versa. And it's just, everybody's fearful. And when everybody's fearful, you should be greedy. The problem is, do you have the capital? Do you have the money to continue to buy in? And especially because GPUs are getting cheaper, right? GPUs are getting much better. Let's go look up RTX 3070 real quick. Let's go to buy now. Lowest. Parts only. So the lowest one, and it's a 3070 Ti. Oh, that's parts only. Okay, I was about to say. I was like, wait a second. There's no way. Parts only. Jesus, that's a lot of parts only. Okay. Australia, nope. HP, don't care for it. But, I mean, it still works. I mean, you can still make it work. There's a 3060. All right, here's one. So 350 for the Zotac, which, again, that big fan in the back, the bigger one over here on the right, those tend to fall off the bearing. I don't know why. But people seem to have problems with these Zotac twin edge cards. I don't know what it is. But $350 on eBay. Let's go look at Newegg real quick. Newegg. And see. And so, like, if you buy a GPU, is it going to be profitable? No. Actually, let's go find out real quick. Did something change? So this is my system, and with all my cards, I'm still negative $5. So I'm pretty sure, even if I turned off everything and said, hey, we got one 3070, let's see what happens. Actually, let's just do a 3070 Ti. Calculate. Yeah, negative 24 cents. So, but how much are GPUs? Desktop computers? No, where are they at? Components. I don't know where to go. Components, there we are. Video cards, desktop, 40 series. What? It's basically a 3090 Ti, guys. It's basically a 3090 Ti. Whatever. Anyways, let's go look for 3070 on here. So $500. Is that the lowest? 410 is the lowest 3070 you could get on Newegg. And I have a feeling that's just going to get lower. Let's go look at the 3090 Ti now that we've seen the 4090. Let's see how much that is. $1,000. But on eBay, I think it's $900. RTX 3090 Ti. Buy it now. Lowest first. No parts only. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That's a regular 3090. I want the Ti. From Brazil. Of course, that's going to cost an arm and a leg. All right, so let's do, where's the Ti? Ti. I put in Ti, you son of a gun. Where's it at? Lowest. Not on this page, I'll tell you that much. All right, so let's go back one. So no TIs for sale. Interesting. Very interesting. There it is. All right, so $1,100, $920, $910, $785, and of course that's a bid. Let's see if there's any buy now. Yeah, basically $1,100. So, and they were $900 earlier this week, just to let you know. So then you have the 40 series, the 4090 being sold for $1,600. The 3090 Ti being sold for about $1,000, $1,100. And honestly, I don't think it's going to be that much of an increase in performance. Because remember, the 3090 Ti was basically a 4090, but probably a little bit chopped up, trimmed down. But we'll see how it goes. The problem is right now, mining is not profitable. GPU mining, that is. Stay tuned for updates on the channel. And you got to pay bills and things as an adult needs to do? Do you buy more GPUs for the future because you're planning long term? You think things are going to get better? You think GPU mining will come back? I think GPU mining will come back. So do you buy more GPUs while the market's down? Or do you buy more crypto while the market's down? Or do you do both? You know, you got your food's taken care of, your bills are paid, your car note's paid, your kids are good. Do you take that extra money or capital and buy more GPUs for mining? Or do you buy crypto only? Or do you do both? Like, the balancing act that we're having to do during this weird situation is very interesting. Let's see if anything crazy is coming out on video cards. I'm very excited for the AMD series CPUs coming out. By the way, I think somebody was on air, right? Not LN2. On air. Yeah, right here. 6.7. Hang on. This is on LN2. Where's the one where they were able to get with just air? So 6.5 gigahertz on all 16 cores. What was the one that was just on air? I don't remember what it was, but I'm very excited. The problem is I don't want to invest all that money to one, upgrade to a new AMD motherboard, X670, right? X690, I think it's 670, right? New motherboard, DDR5 memory, CPU, and I don't know if the cooler, the 360 mil rad that I have, I do need to do some research. Does it have the capability of mounting to the new AM4 socket, or excuse me, the new AM5 socket? Or do I need to get new hardware from Corsair or just get a whole new cooler? You know, so that's a deep investment. Let's say 280 for the motherboard, 600 for the CPU, another 280 for the memory. You know, that's a pretty penny. And I would like to get it in a better airflow case because this case does run warm. Because I want to do some CPU mining. I'd be very interested to see how it performs in CPU mining, Raptorium, stuff like that. But I really don't want to invest that type of money, guys. So while to stay relevant in the YouTuber community, getting the new hardware, doing some tests, gaming performance, mining performance, all that stuff is what I do. I don't see the investment paying off long term. So I may wait and maybe get the 3D Vcache versions of the 7000 series. By that time, hopefully have a better place. You know, hopefully the economy gets better. I have more money. I'm not in the amount of debt that I'm in. That I can start buying up more hardware. But right now, I'm trying to think for the long term sustainability. Like the 5900X works fine. The motherboard I got works fine. Everything runs great. It does everything I need to. So we'll see. So that's a video, Gandalf. That's a video that I have scheduled for next week regarding the power situation. Because there are problems with the new power standard, and because as miners, as people who maintain our GPUs, disconnecting, reconnecting can cause faults in the new connector, thus leading to potential hazards. You know, while the average gamer might only disconnect their power connector once every blue moon, you know, 2 to 3 times, maybe 5 times in the lifetime of that GPU, right? Moving it from system to system or taking out, cleaning it, putting it back in. The average miner, especially one who maintains their GPU mining rigs, you know, once every 3-6 months, stuff like that, or maybe might move it from rig to rig or do some testing and then move it. And we're probably going to move it 12 to 20 times, depending on our situation. Or if we're an at-home miner, maybe a little bit less. If we're a mid-scale operation, maybe a lot more. If we're a large-scale operation, even further. So these power connectors, while they're great as far as the future, being able to provide, because in order for us to get better performance, we're going to have to increase power, which is unfortunate. So that means less efficiency, right? In order to hit, like back in the day, AMD ATI, in order to hit the same level that Nvidia was, ATI had to increase their power draw, and they were getting very power hungry. Now Nvidia is at that point, right? Moore's law is dead. We can't become more efficient. So we have to increase power to get better performance. And these connectors can support up to 600 watts, and they're 16-pin connectors, right? There's 12 plus 4 up top for the power monitoring and all that stuff, and we could draw up to 600 watts per that GPU. Now, my biggest concern is as miners that we use 8-pin splitters that goes into that connector or whatever, that we could burn some of those things up. And again, it's not the wire that fails, it's the actual termination of the pin that is the failure point. And it seems these connectors have already been found to have failures in them. And we're going to be pushing, 450. Let's say, all right, so 4090, 450 watts, right? Not bad. 450 watts is a lot, in my opinion, but it's not a lot to the high-end enthusiasts and stuff like that, right? So 450 watts, let's say somebody's able to mod it, somebody's on LN2 and stuff like that. They're now drawing 550 through that connector. The connector can handle it because it's rated for 600, but there's some concern there as they continue to, draw that much juice continuously. Now, if it's just a benchmark run where it peaks 550, drops back down to 400, 450, peaks at, 500, drops back down, then, get done with the benchmark, call it a day. But if you're drawing that juice 24/7, 365 through that connector, there's going to be some current concerns. Now, here I am talking about the video that I plan to do in more detail, so just stay tuned. I got to find some of the articles and some of the information and even some of the testing in a lab that was done to really see if these connectors have issues, and apparently they do have issues. So as miners, be careful with these new connectors. Make sure if you're going to use splitter cables, right? As I talked, like Asia Horse makes pretty beautiful splitter cables, but you want to make sure you get good quality splitter cables if you're going to take, triple 8-pin, dual 8-pin into the 12-pin or 16-pin. Just be careful. Make sure you're getting good quality stuff. You do not want to have a fire on your mining rig, especially if you're the at-home miner. Maybe in a warehouse, it might be a little bit better because you have fire prevention systems, extinguisher, sprinklers, and all of which would be bad if it wet your entire mining operation, but better than a fire and then losing all of those cards. So just stay tuned. I'll come out with some more videos. I've been really busy, as I said. But thank you so much for watching, guys. That's going to do it for today's video. Do me a favor on the way out. Hit the like button. Make sure to get subscribed. Hit notification bell to stay up to date, as well as check out links in the description to various affiliate links and even sponsors to today's video that helped me out. Matter of fact, I'm going to roll the BT Miners ad and then wrap up with Doge Lord Coffee. Thank you to both of them for supporting the channel, and thank you all to you, the viewers at home, for your love and support. You guys have a wonderful day. Take care. Today's video is brought to you by BT Miners, and on their website you can sign up for their newsletter to get special offers or coupons depending on the service or product that they're offering. And their new website does bring a number of elements into the fold. For example, its mining profitability calculator. Just like ASIC miner value, you can see what is the most profitable miner or cryptocurrency to mine at that time. Their miners range all the way from script algorithm to ETC hash, and they also offer repair services for ASICs or miners. Now, obviously, if you have a really old ASIC that parts aren't carried anymore, that might be a little bit harder, but just reach out to their services. See if they have a way to help you repair it. If you can't have your ASICs or your miners in-house with you or at your location, you may want to consider hosting services. Now, while I can't speak to all of these various elements of BT Miners because I haven't had one-on-one experience, do check them out, and by supporting them, you're supporting the channel, and I couldn't thank you enough. But let's get back to the video. Real quick before we go. Good Legs Audio. If you don't know the inside joke, guys, Good Legs Audio got me pretty good. He got me pretty good. I thought that was hilarious. And here you are showing up. Grant misses you. All right, I gotta get out of here. I know Rabbit Mining. I'm tearing up. I'm laughing so hard. I know Rabbit Mining is going live at 1 p.m. I got some things to do around the house, guys. But again, thank you for your support. I just wanted to come in here and say good legs. I see you. All right, Gandalf, Gray, Magic, Lucky, Yeti, what is up? Hope you're doing good, brother. Max Voltage, thank you for stopping by. Crypto McKell and everybody coming over here. And everybody else who supports the channel, you take care. I'll see you around.